How we doing, folks? It's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist and your health coach. We're going to talk about a couple of things today. We're going to get into the whole matrix thing today, but first and foremost, we're going to talk about all things type 2 diabetes. Like, what the heck is it? Pre-diabetes and all of that stuff. Is it true that once you get type 2 diabetes, you gotta have it for the rest of your life? Is that true, or is there an alternative? Right? Is there an alternative? And the answer to that question is a resounding yes. There is an alternative. You do not have to live with type 2 diabetes, only if you want to, though. Only if you want to Only if you want to live with it. That's the only time you're gonna live with it. Right? Shout out to you, Shauna. Type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, that's what we're going to cover today. Insulin resistance, all forms of insulin resistance, PCOS, erectile dysfunction, folks. Yeah, that's what we're going to get into. How we doing, folks? It's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. Here to talk to you about all things type 2 diabetes, how to kick it in the teeth, right? If it's been kicking you in the teeth, it's been kicking you in the butt for a very, very long time. The question is, how do you fight back? Well, how you fight back is through the same way that you got it. How did you get type 2 diabetes? For most people, right? For most people, how do you get type 2 diabetes is due to the food that we're eating. Okay? That's how most of us get type 2 diabetes. And then, so the question is, how do you fix it? Here's the thing about type 2 diabetes, folks. This villain that you're fighting. It's you. It's not about my story. It's your story. It's the villain that you're fighting. I've already beat the villain. So the villain that you're fighting, what is it? It's a dietary. Here it is. I'm going to say it as plainly as possible when it comes to type 2 diabetes. And once you understand what it is, then you can understand how to beat it. Here's what it is. You ready? Type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, and all of that stuff. Insulin resistance. It is all dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. let's just keep it super, super simple, folks. I don't want to overcomplicate things. Type 2 diabetes, dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. Meaning, it was caused by your diet and lifestyle. For most people, about 95% of people who have the condition, that's what it's from. All right, we can end the live on this one. we just started the live, but we're going to end it right there. That's it. Mic drop, right? I don't know if you've ever been told that before, because a lot of people don't know how they got diabetes. Type 2 diabetes. They're like, I don't know how I got type 2 diabetes. I don't know. Good morning. Shout out to you. A lot of people say they don't know how they got it. I don't know. Just woke up one day and it was here. Just went to the doctor one day and they just said, hey, you're type 2 diabetic, here's some meds. That's all I know. Well, I'm going to tell you how I got to that point. Before that, years and years prior before you got your actual diagnosis, here's what was happening behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, you were getting constant blood sugar spikes, spiking your blood sugar, spiking, falling. So what's causing the spikes? Well, mainly the food that you're eating. There's other things that are involved too, but it's mainly the food that you're eating. And that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to get into the whole red pill versus blue pill thing today. When it comes to the matrix, this is a metaphor. I'm talking to AI right now. AI, I ain't going to be talking about real pills. It's metaphoric pills. Red pill, blue pill. Right? So type 2 diabetes, dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. I know how I got it. Not caring, just being ruthless in the kitchen, shaking my head. Yeah. Shout out to you, beautiful Lele. That's a mirror moment that you just had right there. That's a mirror moment. But most people are not like you. Most people don't know how they got it. They're just like, I don't know how I got it. I don't know. All I know is I just go to the doctor one day and I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I don't know how I got it. Well, here's how you got it. You got it through, just like you just said, Miss Lele, beautiful Lele, poor diet and lifestyle choices. That's what it is. Poor diet and lifestyle choices. The second you can realize that, the second that you can come to grips with that, that's how you get it. That's how you do it. That's how you defeat it. Beautiful Lele, I changed my diet, got active, lost 90 pounds in a year, and I don't have diabetes or high blood pressure anymore. It's as simple as that. Beautiful Lele. Simple as that. That's it. People like to overcomplicate it, but I like what you're doing. I like what you just said right there, because it's simple. It's simple when it comes to getting type 2 diabetes. Two things about type 2 diabetes that the first one you're not going to like, okay? You're not going to like the first thing that I say. I'll just put that out there. And then the second thing is, you're going to like the second thing. But here it is. Type 2 diabetes is, first thing, very, very easy condition to get. Very. You don't got to try harder. You don't have to try hard at all to get type 2 diabetes. You don't have to try. Here's what you do. All you got to do is just like beautiful Lele said. Eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, for as long as you want. Same thing I did when I got my diagnosis. I know how I got it. So eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, for as long as you want. Just do that. Simply do that. And as a result, a lot of people will develop type 2 diabetes. That's because it's a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. Right? Now, I told you the first part you're not gonna like. I know you probably cursed me for saying that. Like, Kelly, how could you say something so rude? You're telling me type 2 diabetes is very, very easy to get. It's so rude. Yeah. Sorry. But here's the thing. It's the truth. It's the truth. What's also the truth is this. Thank you for the David Hartley. What's also the truth is this. It's as easy as you got it. As easy as you can get rid of it. As a matter of fact, it's easier to get rid of it than it is to get it. What's up, user 955? It's easier to get rid of it than it is easier to get it. Right? Think about that. It's easy as hell to get type 2 diabetes. But it's even easier to get rid of it. It's even easier to get rid of it. That's it. You just gotta make better decisions, like beautiful Lele said, when it comes to the food that you're eating. Because that's what it is. It's a food disease. If you fix the food, you fix the disease. If you don't fix the food, you ain't got a shot in hell. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna just keep it real. You ain't got a shot in hell. You may curse me for that too. You may, damn it, Kelly, I'm taking all of my meds. You son of a bitch. Why would you say that? I'm taking all of my scripts that they gave me. I'm gonna beat this thing with all these scripts. Well, I can put it to you like this. You can take all the scripts that you want, all of them. You can take all the ones across the world. You can go to different countries, this country, and meet with all the doctors that you want, and they'll give you a bunch of different scripts. But at the end of the day, if you do not change what you're eating, you do not clean up your diet, you do not clean up the food that you're eating, it won't matter. It won't matter. Let's see, beautiful lady. It's not rude, it's facts. People need to stop wanting things sugar-coated and remember you're better. Shout out to you. They want you to be on scripts. Yeah, they do. Come on, y'all. You have to put the trust in yourself and do better. Shout out to you, beautiful Lele. Shout out to you. Foodaholic, discipline needed. Foodaholic, yeah. Foodaholic, discipline needed, right? Food is comforting. Food is very, very personal. It's a very, very personal thing. That's why we're going to talk about this whole red pill versus blue pill thing right now. We're going to get into it. My name's Kelly, folks. Before we get into it, my name's Kelly. You're certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. But here's the thing. Type 2 diabetes, dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. It's caused by the food. My name's Kelly. You're certified holistic nutritionist. Let me put this up. We're getting ready to get to the board. And we're going to talk about the food right now. I told you it's a food disease. Well, we got to talk about the food, right? If it's a food disease, we can't let that sweep that under the rug. We can't sweep that it's a food disease under the rug. Here it is. Folks, my name is Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist, health coach. But here's the thing, I wasn't always a health coach. Because a few years ago, that same disease, that same condition that I told you that you're fighting, that is very, very easy to get, but it's also very, very easy to get rid of. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. What do you mean, Kelly? It's rude to say that. It's rude to say that it's easy to get this condition. Rude. Here it is, look. That was me, type 2 diabetes, having heart disease, and being obese. That was it. So now, I don't have type 2 diabetes anymore, right? You see that? I don't have it anymore. People are like, well, how did you do that? Everybody asks me, how did you do? How? But the second I tell them how I did it, people's face go blank. It's just like, you ever see someone that get that blank stare, like, hey, how did you do it? Well, I changed my diet and lifestyle. People are like, what? They just go, and they're like, they move away from me fast. Like, they want to run away from me so fast because they thought that I was going to give them like the newest medication or script or whatever. That's how I did it. No. I did it the old school way. Old school way. It's called diet and lifestyle changes. I started moving my body. I got my butt off the couch and I cleaned up I stayed away from the freaking McDonald's. I stayed away from McDonald's and I cut the crap out of my diet and I just cleaned it up. I started eating real food. And as a result, I told you, it's easy as hell to get rid of. Easy. This was me in 2021. Super easy. Super easy to get. Super easy to get. Super easy to get rid of. How do you get rid of it? Well, you get rid of it by changing the food that you're eating, which we're going to talk about right now. Who's ever seen the movie The Matrix? Put a me in the chat if you've ever seen the movie The Matrix. If you've ever seen The Matrix, folks, put it in the chat. Good for you. You look so much better and healthy. Love this for you. King, shout out to you, beautiful lady. People need to change around their whole eating habits. Read the label. That's scary, right? That's scary. It's hazes. Whenever we say that word change, people need to change around their whole diet. That's why people run from me. People run from me when I tell them they're going to have to change. They want like, I wish I could take baby steps. They want to take baby steps because they want to stay inside the comfort zone as much as possible. But folks, defeating type 2 diabetes, you can't stay comfortable. You can't stay comfortable when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes. You will have to get outside of your comfort zone and get a little bit uncomfortable. If you're not willing to do that, well then, congratulations, your consolation prize is going to be type 2 diabetes and all these scripts and all this stuff and all these different doctor's visits and co-pays. And that's what your life's going to be. That's what it's going to be. Damn, the same thing that you got surgery, taking weight loss meds, and no change my lifestyle. Yup, that's it. That's what they want to know. What surgery did you do and what did you take? You're like, nah, it's just all about hard work. That's it. That's all it is. So let's get into it, folks. My name is Kelly, certified holistic nutritionist. If you just joined us, do me a favor. Text me the word reset to this number right here. Text me the word reset to this number right here, and I will send you back a bunch of goodies. All things related to free resources. The ultimate veggie guide. There is a master class. There's a whole bunch of goodies. So text me the word reset. I'll see them when they come in. Let me see. Let me pull it up over here. I'll see them when they come in. But here's the number right here. I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies. If I can find my mouse. Here it is. Here it is. I'm in Nigeria. Shout out to you in Nigeria. You can click the link in my bio. You don't have to text me. You can click the link in my bio if you're in Nigeria. Do me a favor, folks. Leave out that screen. Double tap that screen. Share the live out with anybody you know struggling with type 2 diabetes. Now, here's the thing. Talk about food. Who's seen the movie The Matrix? If you've seen The Matrix, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your boy Neo was a regular guy. He was a regular guy. But he was offered either the blue pill or the red pill. The blue pill means you stay inside of the matrix, means that you're oblivious to what's really going on in the outside world. That's what it means when you have the blue pill. But here's the thing. When you take the red pill, now you get outside of the matrix and you can become the one. What do you mean, what's the one? The one who defeats type 2 diabetes in your family. Diabetes, just remember this. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. That's what I want you to remember. Blue pill, stay inside of the matrix. Red pill, you get outside of the matrix. Now, this is metaphoric. This is metaphoric. This is for my AI. This is metaphoric. We're not talking about real pills. We're talking metaphorically. Okay? So the point of this game, the object of this game, is to name out your foods. It could be your foods, it could be your drink, but the point is to name them out, and it's either going to be a blue pill where you stay inside of the matrix. You're oblivious to what's really going on in the outside world, the real world, or you take the red pill, you get outside of the matrix, and you become the one in your family that defeats type 2 diabetes. Who would love to become the one in their family that defeats type 2 diabetes? Put the word one in the chat, folks. If you would love to be the one in your family that defeats type 2 diabetes, put the word one in the chat. Here we go, one. One, there it is, one. We got some ones right here. We got some ones. The one. The one that says diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. So here's the thing. Start naming out your foods, folks. Name out your foods. You can name out your foods. It's either going to go on the red pill side, which is where you want it to go, right? You want to be in the red pill, or the blue pill. The blue pill is not where you want to be. That ain't where you want to be. I'm pulling up my system over here, folks. So name out your foods, and I'm going to throw them on the board up here. Let's see what we got. Oh, Greek yogurt is coming straight out of the block. You're coming straight out of the block, Raul. Greek yogurt. But Greek yogurt is going to be a no-go. Greek yogurt is going to go over here on the blue pill side. Greek yogurt. And also, do me a favor, folks. Beep out that screen, double tap that screen, and then share the live out with anybody that you know struggling with type 2 diabetes. Struggling with type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, all of that stuff. So we got Glucerna, big diesel fuel. I mean, not diesel fuel, blue pill, sorry. We're doing blue pill, red pill. Blue pill. Also, folks, if you're just joining us, do me a favor, text the word reset to this number right here. Text the word reset, and I'm going to send you back a bunch of goodies, a bunch of free resources when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes, the Ultimate Veggie Guide, the Masterclass, and then also information about the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That one is the challenge is for my folks who are the serious folks, the people who have type 2 diabetes, and they're serious. That's the challenge. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. For serious people ready for a serious solution. Pizza, okay, chicken. Shout out to you, Dragon Annie. Dragon Annie was one of the ones, she's a serious person. Not everybody who has type 2 diabetes is serious. But Dragon Annie, her A1C was a 10.8. Serious. Serious. A lot of time it takes a real traumatic event for people to get serious about type 2 diabetes. But trust me, folks, type 2 diabetes is not a freaking game. It's serious. You know what I'm saying? I have a solution for you. Serious people ready for a serious solution. It's called 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Black, red challenge. Marley, do me a favor. Text the word reset to this number right here. Text the word reset, and I'm going to send you all the information back about the challenge. Here we go. Let's get into the stuff. Chicken. All right, we got black, red strawberries. Black, red strawberries. Cowgirl. So we're just going to put that in the fruits category. We're going to call that fruits, and we're going to put an asterisk on it. Fruit, asterisk, all right? Oats, you can do oats, right? But oats, you're going to have to be oatmeal. You're going to have to be careful with the oatmeal. Asterisk. Anything that has an asterisk on it, folks, you're going to have to be careful with it. You ain't just eating it like that. You got to know how to eat it. You got to know how to eat it. Avocado, good one. Who said that? Mr. K. Avocado, good one. Avocado, good one. Anything fried, fried food, that's going to be blue pill, right? That's going to be you staying inside of the matrix. You staying inside of the matrix. But you got to get outside of the blood sugar matrix. No, Elizabeth, you got to text me, right? If you, I don't know what country you're in, but if you're in the United States and you've got access to text messaging, text me. text me the word reset. Don't put it in the chat because nothing's going to happen. You got to text it to me. I'll see it when it comes in. I'll call out your area code. All right, but you got to say, pull out your phone, text it, reset, text reset. Just put reset. Don't put anything else. Just put a reset. And then I'll see it. It'll come in over here. Here it is. See the 610, the 413. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Kiwis. Yep, kiwi. That's fruit, right? We're just going to put that in a fruit. Fish. We're just going to call fish. For the sake of space, we'll call it seafood, right? Seafood for the fish. Seafood. Yep, seafood. It's a good one. Let's see what. Dairy, you already know. Pastas, you already know. Pasta, most pasta, right? Most pasta for people with type 2 diabetes is going to be trash. Most of the pasta you see out there is trash. Can you have some pasta? Yeah, you can have some pasta, but you got to know how to eat the pasta. You got to follow the rules. But dairy, of course, dairy is scary. I send you a text. Okay, great. Did you get a message back? Just send the text. Did you get a message back, Edgar? Did you get a message back? That's a question. Because I see 413 area code and I see 610 area code. Should there be a limit on avocado amount per day? Gosh. One, you can do half an avocado up to 1 avocado a day. Don't go any higher than that. Don't be going around eating like 2 and 3 avocados a day. That's a bit much. So we'll say 1. 1 is your max. 1. Almonds, pumpkins, butternut squash, cucumbers. You just put all your stuff in there. Healthy snacks. You got almonds. Almonds. Yeah. We'll call it nuts, right? We'll just put almonds in the nuts category. Because there's a lot of different nuts. So we'll call it nuts, and then you got pumpkin, butternut squash, cucumbers. So we got cucumbers, and then we got squash, right? There's all different kinds of squash. You got butternut squash, acorn squash, spaghetti squash, the traditional yellow squash. You got zucchini. You got all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Type 2 diabetes is not curable, someone says. Zoltar. It can go into remission. The damage is done, and the beta cells are permanent. Man, you're so miseducated. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you believe that. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Zoltar, very, very sorry that you believe that. We'll get some help for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get you right. But type 2 diabetes is very, very reversible for the people who are willing to do the work. Yes, I did not. You didn't get a text? That's weird. Somebody got the text. Callie, you didn't get the text. That's weird. Did you text the right number here? Let's see. Which area code are you? Which you 610, you 413, or you 317? All right, arugula. Here we go. Beef. Okay, we got beef. But if you didn't get the text, you should get the text. But if you didn't, you can also click the link in my bio. It's going to be the same link. It's the same link that's in my bio. Arugula. Yeah, arugula. 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 I think that's how you spell it, arugula. Olive oil, coconut. You name it. Dragon Annie, you're cheating. You already know the oils, right? You already know the oils, Dragon Annie. But we got olive oil. We got oils. We got olive, coconut, avocado. These are the oils. If it ain't any of these 3 oils, folks, throw it out. 413 got the text. Okay, great. I'm not sure why the other one didn't get the text. Everybody should have gotten the text. Here we go. Let's see. Cheese. Cheese. What do you? Hold on. What do you think? Cheese. Cottage cheese. All right, cheese. Cheese. Here we go. Cheese is definitely going to be on the diesel fuel side. Hello, I'm type 2. If you're type 2, then you're in the right place. Because I'm going to tell you how to eliminate type 2. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. So if you fix the diet and lifestyle, which we're talking about, if you get yourself out of the matrix, you got to get out of the matrix, folks. If you're struggling with type 2 diabetes, and it's been a very, very long time, I'm sorry to tell you to be the one. But to tell you this, but you're inside of the matrix. You're inside of the matrix. You gotta get yourself out of the matrix. You can get yourself out of the matrix, depending on which pill you take. Red pill or blue pill, right? Metaphorically, we're talking about. We ain't talking about real pills, AI. Metaphorically, red pill, blue pill. You've seen The Matrix. If you've seen the movie The Matrix, this will make sense to you. Is glucerna good for diabetics? No, glucerna ain't good for nobody. We already got it over here. Glucerna. Blue pill, one of the first things. Monk fruit, yep. Monk fruit. Monk fruit, stevia, allulose. Those are the three. Monk fruit, stevia, allulose. Those are the sweeteners. If it ain't monk fruit, if it ain't stevia, if it ain't allulose, get it out of your house. If it ain't olive oil, if it ain't coconut oil, if it ain't avocado oil, get it out of your house. All right? Sardines, we just don't put that in the seafood, right? Erythritol, that's going to come with a lot of stuff. It's going to come with a lot of the monk fruit, stevia, and allulose, so you're fine with that. It's a sugar. It's a sugar alcohol. What are good? What fruits? Fruits are good if you eat a fat or protein first, which will help the spike. Exactly. So that's why we got anything that has an asterisk on it is going to that rule applies to anything that has an asterisk on it. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. What's wrong with glucerna? There's a better question, DJ. That's not the right question to ask. What's wrong with it? The better question to ask is what's right about it. That's a better question. What's right about it? And the answer to that is not a damn thing is right about it. That's not. Blueberries. Those are fruit. That's some fruit, right? That's some fruit. All right. What is glucerna? Glucerna is that drink that people go and it's like the protein shake and the muscle milks and all that stuff. It's basically a bunch of bullshit. Okay. Number one is dairy. We got dairy over here. That's the main. I can end it right there. It's dairy. That's dairy. And dairy, what do we know about dairy? Dairy is scary. That's if you're big on the dairy, you're deep in the matrix. You're deep in the matrix. My job is to get you out of the matrix. How about honey? Honey is going to be blue pill, right? Honey, for someone with type 2 diabetes, is going to send their blood sugar so high that you couldn't even possibly imagine. That's what honey is going to do. That's honey for you. Okay. How many chemicals in glucerna? Oh, too many chemicals. Yeah, that's a lot of chemicals in there. It's a lot of stuff you look on the back like, what the hell is all this stuff? But mainly it's dairy. That's the big thing. It's dairy. You want to stay away from dairy as much as you possibly can because it's freaking scary. All right. Sweet and low, Splenda, and are bad, I'm assuming. You are assuming correctly. So that is that is definitely blue pill. So we'll call it fake sugar because there's a lot of them. Fake sugar. We'll just call it fake sugar. Blue pill. Raw honey. Raw. It don't matter if it's raw honey or organic honey. Honey is honey. Soy milk. You do soy milk, right? Soy milk. Soy milk. Yep. Shout out to y'all folks. If you just joined us, my name's Kelly, your certified holistic nutritionist, your health coach. Today we're talking about all things getting you outside of the matrix. Because if you've got type 2 diabetes and you've had it for a long, long time, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but you're stuck inside of the matrix. Okay? A lot of people are stuck in the matrix. But you can get yourself out of the matrix. You come over here to the red pill side, like Neo did, and he became the one. The one in his family, right? No, not in his family, but the one who defeated the agents. You're going to be the one in your family that kicks type 2 diabetes in the teeth. Do me a favor. I got a bunch of free resources if you just joined us. A bunch of free resources. Text me the word reset to this number right here. Text me the word reset to this number. You text me this word reset, and I am going to send you back a bunch of goodies, a bunch of free resources. The Ultimate Veggie Guide. There's a quiz that you can take, a 2-minute quiz to understand and learn your diabetes management style. There's a master class that you can register for. A 45-minute master class, absolutely free. I'm going to break down the lifestyle medicine formula. But the big one, for my folks who are ready for serious change. If you're a serious person, ready for a serious solution, you want to look into joining this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's what you want to do. because that is going to change the game for you. But you got to be a serious person. You got to be a serious person ready for a serious solution. If you ain't either of those two, folks, you might have to stay inside of the matrix. But if you're ready to get outside of the matrix, join that challenge, right? Looking to join that challenge. Text me the word reset to this number. I'm going to send you back all of the goodies. But let's get back into it. Dates are similar to, here we go. It's a lot of stuff. Let me get back to it. Protein powder supplements. Depends on the protein powder, right? So if you want to do whey protein, you can do whey protein isolate. That's like the least dairy thing that there is. So whey protein. That's like the least protein isolate. It's got to be an isolate though. If it's anything other than whey protein isolate, you want to put it back on the shelf. Sourdough bread, so it's going to be bread. Bread, for people with type 2 diabetes, bread, better option will be an Ezekiel bread. That would be a better option. But we ain't running around here eating bread all the time, you know what I'm saying? Dates, similar to honey. Dates are good, right? Dates are not similar to honey. They are, but they're not. All right, they got a lot of sugar in them, but they ain't going to raise your blood sugar like that. So we put dates over here, but I'm going to put that in the fruits category. Right, that's one of my favorite snacks is a date, but I ain't eating it by itself. I love dates. Right? I love them. Almond milk. Yeah, almond milk. Almond milk is going to be red pill. Almond milk. I don't see the numbers coming in, folks. Text me the word reset to this number. If you want the free resources that I'm sending out, text me the word reset to that number. There's a lot of free resources that I got for you on that page. You can also click the link in my bio as well. Dates don't affect blood sugar. We talked about that. Oat milk. So oat milk is going to be blue pill. Almond milk, red pill. Oat milk, blue pill. All right, these little things that you got to understand to be able to get yourself out of the matrix. If you want to understand these little concepts right here, it's going to be tough to get out of the matrix. Okay. So soy milk is better. Yes, soy milk is better. Soy milk is better. Whey protein, red or blue pill. Whey protein isolate. Whey protein. I'm gonna put that on the red pill. I'm gonna put that on the wrong side. You can do whey protein isolate. That's the only time. Because it's the least dairy thing that there. Even though it is dairy, it's the least dairy thing that there is, right? So we'll put whey protein isolate. It's got to say isolate though. If it doesn't say isolate, nah. If it says whey protein concentrate, nope, that ain't it. Isolate. That's the key word right there. So when you go to, don't be just going there blindly getting some whey protein, like, yeah, whey protein. It's gotta say isolate. Shout out to the 813. Shout out to you. See, whenever the areas code come in, folks, I'm gonna call them out. I'm gonna call out your area codes. Blueberry. That's gonna be fruits, right? Fruit, blueberries. You got fruit. You ain't eating fruit on an empty stomach. No matter what kind of fruit it is. Here we go. Man, stuff's coming in now. Blueberry, sourdough. We got bread. We already put bread over there, right? Creatine. Yeah, creatine is fantastic, right? Creatine. As a matter of fact, I forgot to take my creatine yesterday. Damn it. Thank you. I'm going to make sure I take my creatine today, though. I forgot yesterday. Greek yogurt. We already got that. First thing that we got up here, Greek yogurt. Red pill. Red pill, right? I'm sorry. Blue pill. Blue pill. Blue pill. Stay away from that. Stay away from the blue pill stuff. Oat milk. We already got oat milk, right? We already got oat milk over here. That's on the blue pill side. Blue pill. Coconut milk. Yep, coconut milk is good. Coconut milk is good. Coconut just joined the 14. You just joined the challenge. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Your life ain't gonna be the same ever. You're a serious person, ready for a serious solution. Show everybody. Give a shout out to that person who just joined the challenge. Who said it? Let me see who said it. Let me see. Edgar. Shout out to my guy Edgar. Edgar is a serious person ready for a serious solution. So shout out to you, Edgar. Check your text message. You got a text message. And emails, and then come into the community, right? So content, coaching, community. Those are the 3 things that you're going to get. So shout out to you, Edgar. Shout out to my guy, Edgar. Serious person ready for a serious solution. I love serious people. Love it. Here we go. Back to the board. Back to the board. Pork. No lips that touch mine will ever touch mine. You know how it goes. You know how it goes, Dragon Annie. Amino acids. What kind of amino acids, right? Protein is amino acids. Like, what are you talking about? When you say amino acid, like, what do you mean? So that's everything protein has amino acids. So that's kind of like, it's kind of broad. Like, what do you mean by amino acids? Walnuts. So we got nuts over here. Walnuts. All right, cool. Sea moss. All right, sea moss. Sea moss. Sea moss. Shout out to you. Sea moss. Cottage cheese. That's cheese, right? That's cheese. We got cheese over here. We just got cheese. I didn't even put all the different kinds of cheese, but cottage cheese. The cheese. Blue pill. Haven't gotten an email yet. Double check everything. Did you get the text message? Get the text message. Double check your email. Make sure you put the right email in. I'll double check it. Make sure you got the right email. But yeah, sometimes people put the wrong email address. Happens all the time. So I'll double check it. And if not, at the end of this live, I'm gonna send it to you. Don't worry. I got you, Edgar. As long as you got your number in there, we're going to get you right. But it may have gone to your junk. Check your junk as well. Roasted edamame. Yeah, edamame. 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 Yeah, edamame. Red pill. Mushrooms. Ooh, mushrooms are... Folks, mushrooms are fantastic, right? When it comes to your blood sugar, when it comes to your overall health, man, mushrooms are fantastic. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Alcoholic beverages. Ooh, that's a big one. Alcohol, right? Alcohol. Alcohol. Here's the thing. Here's what I tell people. My name's Kelly and I'm your friend. But alcohol is not your friend. Alcohol is not your friend. I'm your friend. How about seaweeds? Seaweed is great, right? Seaweed is great. We're going to put that in like the same categories with the sea moss. Same categories with the sea moss, right? Sea vegetables. Fantastic. Fantastic. Optifiber? What the hell is optifiber? Is that some, I don't know what the hell that is. What is that? You threw me on that one. Onions. But you want to know where the real fiber is? The real fiber is in those fruits and vegetables. That's where you get the real fiber. Like onions and mushrooms and nuts and seeds. This is where you get real fiber. The leafy greens. This is where you get real fiber. I don't know what optifiber is, but I know what real fiber is. And real fiber, you're going to get it from the plants. That's where you get, that's the only place you get fiber from, folks. I don't know if you know that, but the only place that you get fiber from is plants. That's the only place you get fiber from. And human beings, as a human being, you need plants. Your digestive systems needs plants, aka fiber. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm a carnivore. Carnivore, you ain't no carnivore, bro. Like, for real, you not. You might pretend to play one on TV, but you ain't no carnivore. You're an actor, and you ain't no carnivore. Coffee. Here's the thing about coffee. Coffee, it's not the coffee, it's the stuff that we're putting in the coffee. And we're having the coffee at the wrong time. That's it. We got kale, somebody said. So it's the stuff that we're putting in the coffee, and the timing of the coffee. That's the part. That's good to know. What is creatine? A vitamin for what is creatine? A vitamin for a diabetic? No, it's not necessarily a vitamin for the diabetic. You want to check with your doctor first, but basically it helps you build muscle. Right? It's an amino acid. Helps you, fills out your muscles, right? It does it's got a whole bunch of other stuff as well, but for recovery and things of that nature, filling out your muscles, yeah. Muscle strength, growth, creatine, fantastic for all of that. Kale, all right, okra. Somebody said okra. But check with your doctor, right? Check with your doctor. See if you can handle a creatine supplement. Sweet, potatoes. Somebody finally put potatoes. Ooh, potatoes. Powdered fiber. No, we want real. Remember we said real fiber. We want the real fiber. This is the real fiber. Fruits and vegetables. Anything plants. Any kind of a plant is a real vegetable. That's a real fiber. That's what you want. Plants. Shout out to my folks over here too, right? We're across. We're coming down over here. Name out your stuff over here too, folks. Don't be bashful. Name out your stuff over here. Chia seeds. We're across all. We're on the other. We got another camera. We're all over the place, right? We're on all the socials. Beef. I think we put beef over here already. No, we did. Yeah, we did. Beef right here. Beef right there. Yeah. I must put in the wrong email. Nothing came up. Yeah. No worries, Edgar. You got your number in there, right? You got your number. As long as you got your number, send me a DM, and then at the end of the slide, I'm gonna double check it. I'm gonna double check it to see if you put the right email address in, and then I'll send it back to you again. So don't worry. Don't worry. I got you, boss. I got you. Thank you. You're quite welcome. Chia seeds. Yeah, chia seeds. Chia seeds. Oh, Edgar, did you get the text? You probably got the text. But if you got the text, you probably put the email address in wrong. Chia seeds. We got seeds. Ooh. Seeds, nuts, and seeds. So we got chia seeds. We got pumpkin seeds. We have all kinds of seeds, right? Even, folks, did you know that quinoa? Did you know that? Who knew that quinoa was a seed? Put a me in the chat if you already knew that quinoa was a seed. It ain't a grain, folks. It's a seed. Leafy greens for the cabbage. Somebody said cabbage. Plantains. Yes, got the text. Okay, good. Send me a text message back like, yo, it's Edgar, and then I got you. I'm gonna make sure you're right, Edgar. Let's see. Plantains. You can put plantains on the red pill side, but here's the thing. I'm gonna put plantains with the fruit. You can either go with the fruit or the potatoes. The plantain is basically a potato mixed with a fruit. That's what a plantain is. You want to eat plantains last on the plate. Anything that's carby, folks, you want to make sure you eat it last on your plate. Always last on your plate. Soda. Y'all, soda. Nobody said soda yet. Man, that's it. Soda. Y'all. Fruit juice. Yeah, fruit juice. Juice. If that ain't blue pill, nothing is. Blue juice. Soybeans. Yeah, soya beans, right? So edamame, that's what it is. We got edamame already. That's what it is. Ding! Go fresh, edamame. Soya beans. Chia, flax, hemp seeds. Seeds, right? Chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. These are all, I'm just going to put down the seeds. Quinoa, that's a seed. Got you, Edgar. I see it. I just see it just came in. I got you, Edgar. I'm going to get you right. Don't worry. I'm going to double check your email. You know what? Let me double check it right now. Since you sent me that. Let me see. And it's going to see if you did some red. White potatoes as well. Potatoes, it really doesn't matter what kind of potato. So it could be white potato, it could be red potato. It could be white potato, the red potatoes, the purple potatoes. It doesn't matter what kind of potato. Sweet potatoes, it doesn't matter. A potato's a potato. It's still going to raise your blood sugar. Still going to raise your blood sugar. So it really doesn't matter. Yep. There it is. I see it, Edgar. It says email is invalid as mailbox does not exist. Yeah. I'm gonna send it back to you, Edgar, and then you tell me if this is your email address. Yeah, it said you put it in wrong. And then just text me back with the right one. Let's see, what other stuff we got in here? Spices, okay, we got some herbs. Man, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff that people are naming out. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. All right, Edgar just came back to you. Just came back to you. See if that's that ain't the right one, sis. All right, Zivia soda. What the heck is easier? Why should we eat carbs last? Well, you eat carbs last is because you don't want to eat naked carbs. You don't want to eat naked carbs. Because if you eat naked carbs, folks, that ain't good. It's going to raise your blood sugar high. So if you have some food in your system already, before you eat the carbs, it's going to slow down how quickly that blood sugar gets to your bloodstream. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Edgar, did you get that? Let's see if you got it. Yeah. Spices, brown rice, right? Rice. So it doesn't matter what kind of rice it is. Doesn't matter what kind of rice. It's going to be the same as the potatoes. So it could be brown rice, black rice. It could be wild rice, white rice, black rice. Don't really matter. You're always going to eat it last. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I figured you put the wrong email address. It happens all the time. You put the wrong email address. Don't worry, I'll get it updated. After the live, I'll get you right. I am having a hard time with protein intake. What do you mean? Why are you having a hard time with it? What kind of hard time? Please explain. I'm having a hard time trying to get all of the protein. Yeah, please explain. How much protein are you trying to get? Yeah, brown rice, we already got rice up there. You have potatoes on the red side. Is it good or bad because you said it raises the blood sugar? It does raise the blood sugar? My dogs are barking. It does raise the blood sugar? That's why you got to eat it last. So it really doesn't matter which one that you eat. So whether it's white rice, brown rice, doesn't matter. It's going to raise your blood sugar. Black rice, it's going to raise your blood sugar. So with that being said, you got to make sure that you eat it last. Do not eat the rice, or do not eat naked carbs. Do not eat naked carbs, folks. Don't eat it. Carbs that are naked. That means you eat them by themselves. So you just never wake up in the morning and eat a big bowl of rice. Yeah, a big bowl of quinoa. That's a terrible idea. Same thing with the potatoes, right? You never wake up in the morning and just eat. But hey, what's for breakfast? Mashed potatoes? No, no, that's not great. Yeah, that's not great. So yeah, that's why you eat carbs last. Don't eat them by themselves. Control the blood sugar spike. Oranges, that's gonna be a fruit. Zivia soda. I'm not sure what's Zivia. Zivia soda? What's Zivia soda? Wow, I didn't know that. Shout out to you. I don't even know what I said. I said a lot of stuff. Pasta noodles. We got pasta over here already. Pasta. Right there. Carrots. Yeah, carrots. Carrots are going to be, boom, carrots. Ooh, we're running out of stuff on the board over here, but carrots are down there. Hi, what's up, Alan? Macaroni or spaghetti? Doesn't really matter. The pasta. If you want to do pasta, it's going to be something like a lentil pasta or a chickpea pasta. Those are the pastas. Chickpea pasta, lentil pasta. All right. Blake at Tawanda, not sure at Gmail, not sure why you sent me your email. not sure why you sent me your email, Tawanda. But here's the thing: if you send me a text message, to this number, just text the word reset to my number right here. I'm gonna send you back a link. That's where you can register for a lot of stuff, and then I'll have your email then, or capture your email then. I'm gonna send you back a bunch of freebies stuff. Ultimate Veggie Guide. There's a lot of free resources, and then information on joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for those serious people. If you're a serious person looking for a serious solution, look no further than the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge when it comes to type 2 diabetes. DM you about soda. What do you want to DM me about soda? We're here right here. You can ask all the questions you want about soda right now. Cream of wheat, man. Cream of wheat. Blue pill. 100% blue pill. Avocado toast is great. Not in the morning, it ain't. Not in the morning. If you're going to do bread, we're going to do an Ezekiel bread, right? We're going to do an Ezekiel bread. Much better option, like someone said earlier. Tofu. Instead of getting that bread, take some tofu and cut it in half. Make it like some bread, right? Slice it. Put the avocado on the tofu instead. That's great. Higher in protein, right? Less on the carbs. Blood sugar, stable. Satiation, being full, activated. Wow. Much better option than the toast. Does in real time helps compliance? Does in real time help compliance? I don't know what that means. DM you about soda. Zevia soda is stevia as the sweetener. Okay, well, stevia as the sweetener, fantastic, right? Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Those are the three, right? Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. If it ain't stevia, monk fruit, allulose, folks, put it in bag. How much is the challenge? It's $79 if you to join the challenge. Use the discount code. It depends, right? If you go through my Stain store, it's only $79. If you go through the other app, it'll say $99, but you got to put the discount code in, which is reset, 20% off, $79 to join the challenge. One time, that's gonna change your life. But you gotta be a serious person. If you ain't a serious person ready for a serious solution, that 14 days ain't gonna be for you. But if you are, you're gonna be just like my man Edgar, right? Edgar is a serious person, right? Ready for a serious solution. He joined the challenge. So shout out to my guy Edgar again. Yeah, one of the fantastic few that's ready to kick type 2 diabetes in the butt. Yeah. Kick type 2 diabetes in the butt. What about rice vinegar? Yeah, vinegar is great, right? Vinegar is fantastic. I'm running out of room over here. Vinegar. Running out of room over here. Beans. I think we already put beans. We did not. Beans, you already know, Dragon Annie, are one of my favorite foods. Man, I'll make some beans, a bean recipe, a big pot of beans that'll blow your freaking mind. That's one of the recipes in the 14-day challenge, right? That first recipe is going to blow your mind, right? That's all when people join the challenge, like, hey, how was that first recipe? The first thing they say was, it's fabulous. Yeah, I know it is. I know it's fabulous. It's delicious. Yeah, shout out to you. My A1C is at an 8. Well, if your A1C is at an 8, Alan, you want to know what that means? The time to act is not now, but right now. That's what it is. Because it ain't the time. You got to be a serious person. Your A1C is at an 8. It ain't something to take lightly. You got to get serious, and you got to get serious real soon. Right? You got to be a serious person ready for a serious solution. If you're a serious person, Alan, ready for a serious solution, I got the solution for you. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. How do I hit the protein intake if I don't want to eat eggs, protein, or milk? I don't want to eat eggs, protein, meat, egg, or meat. Tofu, you got tempeh, you got seitan, you got pea protein isolates. These are protein shakes, pea protein. You got It's a bunch of different ways, right? But what you do in the morning time, you can start off with a big, get all your protein, most of your protein in the morning time. In the morning time. That's it. So you got tofu, you got seitan, like I said, you got all kinds of stuff that you can do to get your protein intake. Yeah. Is it okay to eat oatmeal alone in the morning? No, it is not, sunshine child. No, it is not. That's terrible. It's a terrible idea. If you eat naked, that's called eating it naked. If you eat naked oatmeal in the morning, no, especially with some brown sugar in it, that's going to send your blood sugar so high that you couldn't even possibly imagine. That's how high it's going to send your blood sugar. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diabetic with amputated left toe. Okay, Tawanda. Got it. Yeah. It was the amputated left toe due to complications of type 2 diabetes. Because that sounds pretty serious. It sounds pretty serious to me. It sounds like the time to act is not now, but right now. Right? If you haven't texted me already, I know you put it in the chat, put something in the chat, but you gotta text me. Text me the word reset. I'm gonna send you back a bunch of goodies. Because that sounds pretty serious if you're talking about amputations and all that stuff. So I think it's time to take it pretty seriously. I got the solution for you though, right? Not for the amputated toe, unfortunately, but going forward, we can stop digging. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Why isn't wearing a continuous glucose monitor? It has saved my life when you see what food. Why isn't wearing one? No, wearing a CGM is fantastic. That's fantastic, wearing a CGM. It will change your life when it comes to food. It will change your life because you can see the meter going up. What happens when you eat? It goes, ew, ew, ew. You can actually see the roller coaster in real time. So it's ooh. Is it okay to eat oatmeal? No, I got to answer that one. Somebody says, what is Satan? It's not Satan. Satan. It's high in protein. It's a plant-based. It's plant-based, right? So it's higher in protein. But you got to be careful with it because there's gluten in it, right? You got to see what happens, what it does to your blood sugar. But it's Seitan, Satan, not Satan. So plant-based protein. A1C 6.3. Yeah, your A1C is 6.3. That means that you're in the pre-diabetic range. Pre-diabetic range. But if your A1C so long as at 6.6, then yeah, that means that you're officially a type 2 diabetic. They call it a type 2 diabetic. But I tell people, hey, listen, don't identify as a type 2 diabetic. Shout out to the 838. Don't identify as a type 2 diabetic. Say I have high blood sugar. Now, if your A1C is at a 6.3, 6.6, someone says their A1C is 6.3, right? If you are ready for a serious solution, because here's the thing, you don't need more information. You already got information. The doctor already gave you the information. You've been battling this condition for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You've had many conversations with your doctor about all this information that I'm giving to you up here, right? You've already had all that. All you need is a better plan. That's all you need, a better plan. When the plan gets clear, folks, your numbers, they get better. But the plan has got to be clear. It's got to be. If the plan ain't clear, your numbers probably ain't going to get better. But if the plan is clear, cool, the numbers get better. What do you mean better, Kelly? Well, lower blood sugar, more control, real freedom. That's what I mean when your numbers get better. When you hang out with me, especially during this 14-day challenge, I got a real plan for you, okay? So what I say about the plan, when the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. So you're going to have lower blood sugar at the end of 14 days. You're going to have more control, and then you're going to have real freedom. That's it. That's what you get when you hang out with your boy. But you got to be a serious person, ready for a serious solution. If you ain't a serious person, don't matter what your A1C is. You know what I mean? If you ain't serious, your A1C could be at a 5 point. Somebody said your A1C is 5.4. Great. Your A1C could be at a 5.4, or your A1C could be at like a 17. It don't really matter what your number is. The point is, are you serious? That's the question. That's the question. Are you serious? That's the only question that matters. Are you Mr. Gilbert? I am Mr. Gilbert. That is me. That's me. My A1C is 6. Should it be lower? Yes, it should. It should be closer to the 5. It should be closer to a 5 instead of a 6. 6, you're in the pre-diabetic range. Now, if you would have said, hey, my A1C is a 5, is that good? I was like, yeah, that's good. But a 6, no, that's not good. That's pre-diabetic. That means the insulin resistance is starting. It means that they ain't even got real bad yet. It's just going to keep on progressing. How to measure your A1C? You go to the doctor and then you get a blood work. You get your blood work done. And they'll test it. But it's the average of over 3 months. Your last 3 months, 2 to 3 months of your blood sugar, what's been the average over the last 2 to 3 months. So that's what an A1C is. Left leg not toe. The foot. So they amputated your foot? Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's serious. That sounds pretty serious. Sounds pretty serious. The point is, that sounds pretty serious, but I'm going to ask you this. Have you had that moment yet? Have you had that moment? The moment when you said, this is my rock bottom moment right here. This is it. It's it. They took my foot, and you know what I mean? Have you had that moment? Because a lot of people, even if their foot's been amputated, here's the thing, they still may not have had that rock bottom moment yet. For them, that's going to cause them to change. It's going to cause them to change. What you're dealing with sounds pretty freaking serious. Sounds like change is required. What is your number? I can't see it. Here it is right up here. Here it is right here. Here's the number. Here's the number right here. Shout out to the 214, right? What is that, Dallas? Shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Dallas. How do I get Pauline? You guys just text me the word. Just text reset right now, Pauline. So you got a Pauline right here. So text just reset. Just put reset in right there. Reset. Right, reset, and then I'm gonna send you back a link with everything about the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Right. So just text the word reset, and then I'm gonna right here to this number, and I got you. I'm gonna send you back all the goodies. They get way better. Yep, that's it, Dragon Annie. When the plane gets clear, the number gets better. My A1C was a 10.8. Shout out to Dragon Annie. Blood sugar 300. Now it's a 5.5. Blood sugar 80 to 120. Dragon Annie, superstar, right? Started this thing in November. Boom. Last month, March, 5.5. Started out in November, 10.8. How? Because she did the freaking work. When the plane gets clear, your numbers get better. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. Yes. How would you know if you have high blood sugar? Well, do you mean if you go to the doctor, they're gonna tell you? But if anything over 100, that's high blood sugar. But you're gonna notice some signs: constant urination. You're gonna be dry mouth. You're gonna have maybe some skin tags. Your energy's always low. What else? Brain fog. Right? You can't sleep that well. These are all signs of insulin resistance. Dark spots under your arms. These are all signs of insulin resistance. But how you know high blood sugar? But how you know, you go get your blood sugar tested by your doctor. That's how you know it. What about quinoa? Yeah, quinoa, that's a seed, right? That's a seed. That's fantastic. Shout out to the 816. Shout out to the 593. Shout out to y'all for texting the word reset. Shout out to y'all. Quinoa. Quinoa is going to be great. But again, you ain't eating quinoa on an empty stomach. We ran out of board space. But you ain't eating quinoa on an empty stomach. The same rule applies as the rice and the potatoes and the oatmeal and the fruit. That's always going to be eaten last on your plate. Shout out to the 816. Shout out to the 816. Or any type of tortilla shells on the red pill side. Here's the thing. Let me do this. We'll put tortillas with the bread, but I'm gonna do this. So that people are like, damn it, I can't have anything. How do I get out of the matrix? 10%, 90%. Folks, here's the thing. You scored 90% on the test. Let's just say any school in America, I'm not sure what country you went to. I mean, I'm not sure what country you're from. I'm not sure about you guys' education system. But I know in America, any school in America, folks, if you get a 90 on a test, what do you get? What's your grade? What's your letter grade if you get a 90 on a test in any school in the United States of America? Do me a favor as well, folks. Text me the word reset to this number. Text the word reset to that number. Take the quiz. There's a 2-minute quiz that you can take on there. There's a whole bunch of goodies on this stuff that I'm going to send you. Back to the board. Any school in America, Lulu, you got to text me the word reset to this number. You got to pull out your phone and not on this. You got to text me the word reset. One word, no space. Just reset to this number right here. But any school in America, folks, yeah, there it is. In any school in America. So what do I mean by that? I mean that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to get out of the matrix. You don't have to be on the red pill 24/7. This is what you want to do most of the time, at least 90% of the time, so you can get an A. You want to get an A on the test. So if you want a little diesel fuel, you go out to the movie with your friend and your family, and you know what I mean. You go to a birthday party, and the kid's like, "Hey," your kid's like, "Hey, it's my birthday. I got a cupcake for you, Dad." "Hey, look, Mom, I made this cupcake for you." You can't not eat it, you know what I mean? So 10% of the time, because a lot of people like to use the word moderation. People are like, well, what do you mean moderation? Put a number on it. Put a number on moderation. And here's the number. 10%. 10% of the time versus 90% of the time. You're doing the red pill 90% of the time, I promise you, folks, you can get yourself out of the matrix. You can become the one. You can become the one in your family that finally defeats type 2 diabetes. Because it ends with you. It ends with you. Tawanda, did you get the text? I don't know if you got the text. All you got to do is text me. That's it. Text me the word reset. That's it. Not in the chat. A lot of people are putting it in the chat. You got to text me. Yeah. But to get outside of the matrix, great. To get outside of the matrix and become the one that ends type 2 diabetes in your family. The one who stops. Because a lot of people are like, hey, listen, isn't it genetic? Oh, no, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, woe is me. You're walking around, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. You're like, oh, I got type 2 diabetes. It runs in my family. My mom had it. So, and my dad had it. So does that mean I'm going to get it? Oh, well, I guess it's inevitable. Right? That's what most people believe. But that is so far from the truth that it ain't even funny. That's not even funny. That's so far from the truth. Because genetics will set the stage, yeah. So if your mom had it, everybody in your grandparents had type 2 diabetes, everybody in your family got type 2 diabetes. If you live the same lifestyle that they did, you're going to get like type 2 diabetes too. That's pretty much inevitable because you live in the same lifestyle that they eating the same food that they eat. The next thing you know, you got type 2 diabetes as well. Just like me, right? Just like me. Just like me. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. By becoming the one in your family. My mother had just passed away from the same condition. What's the number? Somebody say, what's the number? It's right there. Right there. Text the word reset. This number right here. My mother had just passed away from the same condition that I just got diagnosed with 2 months before this picture, right? She passed away from insulin resistance. Basically, she passed away from heart disease, but it was due to insulin resistance. And guess what? I go to the doctor 2 months later, And I get diagnosed with the same thing that she got diagnosed, that just passed away from. I got diagnosed with me with the same thing that she just passed away from 2 months prior. You see what I'm saying? So why? Because my mother and I ate the same, lived the same lifestyle, and as a result, I got the same condition that she got. But here's the thing. When I changed my lifestyle, when I changed the food that I was eating, guess what? All that stuff, all that genetic stuff, it's not really a factor. It's not really a factor at all. And it's the same thing for you. It's called epigenetics. It means it's above genetics. You can control, you can't change your genes, but you can control how much they shine or how much they're dim. It's like a dimmer light. So here's what genetics is like when it comes to type 2 diabetes. It's like a dimmer switch on the light. You eat a bunch of junk, you eat a bunch of crap, you live a poor lifestyle, that it's like the light is getting, you know what I mean, brighter, 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 boom. Because we're eating a bunch of junk. But here's the thing. On the other side, you can dim it, you can dim your genes, you can bring them down based on the foods that you're eating, right? So you're eating good quality foods over here on the red pill, all of a sudden the dimmer switch is going down, 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 down. So that's what I did. I just turned the dimmer switch down. I just turned it down. Yeah, I'm still genetically exposed or predisposed. If I went back to the same lifestyle that I was living, yeah, this guy will come back. And he'll come back with a freaking vengeance if I go back to the same lifestyle that I was doing. But I know that type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease. Bring the dimmer switch down. That was 5 years ago. The dimmer is still down. The same thing's going to happen to you. You just got to know that that's what it is. So diabetes ran in my family. I want y'all to just burn this into your brain, folks. If you don't remember anything that I tell you, you like, God, you're the biggest joke ever. I don't know. You're a joke, Kelly. I don't know. But you did say that one thing about, diabetes running in the family. All right. Here it is. Jot this down. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. Diabetes ran in your family until it ran into you. Okay? That's what I want you to remember, folks. That diabetes ran in your family until it ran into you. Why? How did it run into me? Because you put it to an end. You stopped it. You became the one. You became the one. You became the one that kicked type 2 diabetes in the teeth and got yourself out of the matrix. So now, nobody in your family is going to get it anymore. Your kids ain't going to get type 2 diabetes. You're not going to keep that. We ain't passing that down. That's something we ain't passing down to the next generation, folks. Type 2 diabetes. No, nah. We're not passing that down to the next generation. We ain't passing it down to the kids, and they ain't passing it down to their kids. Because diabetes ran in your family until it ran into freaking you. Okay? So that's it on the matrix, folks. If this is making sense to y'all, put a health yes in the chat. Put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to you about what it's going to take for you to get yourself out of the matrix and become the one in your family. Put a me in the chat. Or put something in the chat if this is making sense to you. Yeah, here's the number right here. That's it, right there. That's it. I got my wake-up call when my dad passed away as a diabetic coma. Yep. Usually something that tragic happens. It's the only time that we're going to get our wake-up call. Something tragic happens. Here it is right here. Here it is. Hello, Shishi on TikTok. Shishi, you got to text me the word reset, right? Text me the word reset. Did you do that already? Maybe that's probably why I got your, I don't know. Text me the word reset, Shishi. Here it is. Will do. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, reset. Yeah, you text me. Over, or you're in Jamaica. If you're in Jamaica, if you're in another country, you got to click that link in my bio, right? Click that link in my bio. Well, you're not in another country because I got the text. So yeah, text me the word reset. Yeah. I see folks are taking that quiz too. There's folks that are taking that quiz. What kind of quiz are we talking about? It's a 2-minute quiz to understand and learn your diabetes management style, right? That's all the freebies I'm going to send to you. But folks, not enough people chimed in yet because this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Now, I've been up here for like, I don't know how long I've been up here, for like an hour. Almost, yeah, for like maybe 45 minutes or something. We got to make sure that this is making sense. Because if this ain't making sense, you ain't going to be able to get yourself out of the matrix. And you're going to be stuck inside of the matrix forever. What does that mean? What does it mean to be stuck inside of the matrix forever? Well, it means a life filled with prescriptions, all the prescriptions that you can possibly imagine. It's a smorgasbord of scripts your entire life. That's what your life's going to be like if you stay over in the blue pill side. And doctor's visits, amputations, blindness. Like if you stay inside of the blue pill, that's what happens. But for a lot of people, they're okay with staying inside of the blue. They're okay with staying inside of the matrix. A lot of people are. A lot of people are. Because they know getting outside of the matrix takes work. It takes work to get out. It takes work to become the one. You've seen the movie. Neo had to go through all that training. He didn't just become the one, just wake up one day and find out he was doing it. He had the trains too. All right. To become the one, you're going to have to go through the fire. You will have to get outside of your comfort zone. A lot of people ask me, Kelly, how do I do it, man? Like for real. What food should I be eating and all that stuff? And then, the food, all that stuff's important, but that ain't the most important thing. The most important thing is, like the food and all that, that's important. Yeah, it is. All this stuff's important. But the most important thing when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes is this one thing. And this one thing only. The question is, are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing? If you're willing to do the work, man, you're willing to do the work. And if you've got enough reasons to willing to do the work, I'm telling you, you can do the most incredible things. I promise. You might not know me from nowhere. You might not know me from like, yeah, dude, you just some dude on TikTok. You some dude on the other socials talking blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. How you feel? But here's the thing I'll tell you. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. It's a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. That's what it is. The question is, how do you fix it? Well, it would only make sense that if it's a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition, it would only make sense that I use the same diet. I just reverse engineer the process. This is diet and lifestyle. Okay, great. Let me reverse engineer it. What do you mean diet? Okay, diet. Cut the crap, right, Dragon Annie? Cut the crap. Carbonated junk, refined sugar, artificial stuff, processed foods. Let's cut the crap. Blue pill. Let's cut it out. And we'll replace it with real, whole, unprocessed foods. Simple as that. Type 2 diabetes is an input disease. It's caused by the kind of inputs that you're giving it. That's all it is. Nothing more, none less. Nothing more than an input disease. Input disease. So the simple thing goes like this. If you don't like the output, change the input. Simple. When it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes, if you don't like the output, change the input. Questions, folks. Let's get into it. We get into this live. We get into it. Any questions that you got for me, throw them in the chat about changing your input. You change your input, folks. Type 2 diabetes is going to be a thing of your past. It is going to be a phase of your life. So whether it's been 10 years, 5, 15 years, 20 years, it's going to be a phase of your life because you were willing to do the work that was required. You were willing to do the work that's required. Now your whole life's changed forever. Now you ended type 2 diabetes in your family. Now the kids ain't going to get it. Now their kids ain't going to get it. All because you were willing to do it. You were willing to do it. Questions, folks. Questions, comments, concerns on anything that we talked about today. I text you again, very much appreciate it. You're not eating meat right now. Okay, great, peace. Shout out to you. Holler at you. Holler at you. Any questions on red pill, blue pill? All right, no question. Nobody got any questions. Let me sit down then. Let me sit down since we already did red pill, blue pill. Who's willing to do the work, folks? Who's willing? You willing to do the work? Put the word willing in the chat, folks. And somebody just joined the challenge. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Your life. Our Dragon ain't already know you willing. You're already doing the work. Your life's never going to be the same, right? Show up, do the work, do it again the next day. That's all you got to do when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes. You can do that. Willing to do the work. You do that, folks. It ain't standing a chance. It won't stand a chance. But you got to believe that you can do it, and you got to be willing to do the work. If you got those two things, I'm telling you, you can. Type 2 diabetes will never, ever, ever rear its ugly ever head again in your life. So what is it? What is type 2 diabetes? It's a dietary life. If you can answer these three questions, folks, what is it? How does it work? How do we fix it when it breaks? What is it? Well, it's a diet and lifestyle disease. Number two, how does it work? Well, it's an energy disease. It robs you of your energy. How does it rob you of your energy? Well, who gets tired, folks? Who gets tired? Who gets hungry? Who gets craving? If you get tired, if you get hungry, you get cravings. Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat. If you get tired, you get hungry, and damn it, you get cravings. This is real life stuff. Real life stuff. Dragon Andy said your son's A1C went to a 5 point. He's been listening. His A1C is a 5.1. 5.1 is fantastic. What was his A1C before? Shout out to your son. Shout out to your son. But you gotta be just like her son. You gotta be willing to do the work. Type 2 diabetes is energy disease. It means it robs you of your energy. You get tired, say like L face. You get tired, you get hungry, you get cravings. The reason that you get tired, you get hungry, you get cravings is because whenever you eat food, the reason that you eat food is to get energy. But whenever you eat food, you can't get the energy. You can't get the energy because the energy is staying stuck in your bloodstream. That's where the energy is. It's in your bloodstream. But you can't use the energy. Why? Because your cells are already overloaded. Your cells are overloaded. There's 40 trillion cells in the human body, folks. Your cells are overloaded. They're overloaded. Like, what are they overloaded with? Well, they're overloaded with energy. They're overloaded with energy. So you're like, well, if they're overloaded with energy, why am I always tired? Who's wondering why they're always tired? Why are you always tired? If your body's overloaded with energy, the question is, why are you tired? Has anybody ever wondered that? Anybody ever wondered that? Why you're tired, even though you got loads of energy just going around in your body? Well, the reason that you got low energy is because even though you got a lot of energy in your bloodstream, high blood sugar, you can't use it. You can't use it. Why? Because the cells are already overloaded. Your cells are already loaded with energy. And it's not letting any other ones in. They're like, hey, listen, your cells are like, hey, listen, we're not going to let none of that new energy in, the new energy from the food you just ate. We ain't going to let none of that in yet until we use up all of this energy that we already got inside of us. Because we got a lot of energy inside of us right now, the cells. So we got to use that up first. But here's the thing. You can never use that energy because you're always in fat storage mode. You're in storage mode the whole time. So if you've got high levels of insulin, you got storage mode. You're in storage mode. Anytime you got hyperinsulinemia, it's the fancy word. Basically, high insulin levels, your body is not going to release that. It's not going to release it. It's telling you to store it. It ain't about releasing energy right now. It's about storing energy. So fat, when people get fat and gain weight, like, you know what I mean? That's energy. Fat is energy. Storage mode, okay? Constantly in storage mode, so your body can't use the energy. So that's why you're always tired. That's why you're always hungry. That's why you always got sugar cravings, because you're always in storage mode. So if you get out of storage mode, then you start using the energy, the fat for energy. Your cells are like, yeah, I'm less full. We're using the energy. It's a good combination. That's how your body is supposed to work, folks. So, but you can't do that. If you're insulin resistant, you can't do it, folks. Battery's not included. The battery's not included. I don't know what you mean, battery's not included. But yeah, battery's definitely included. Folks, my name is Kelly, certified holistic nutritionist. Here's my goal. My goal is to help you, people who are struggling with type 2 diabetes, on how to achieve the impossible. To teach you how to achieve the impossible. Well, what's the impossible? The impossible is to walk away from type 2 diabetes. But to walk away from type 2 diabetes, you got to be in the right state. It's an energy disease, but it's predominantly a disease of desire. So type 2 diabetes is a desire disease. But you're like, what's a desire disease, Kelly? Well, a desire disease is do you desire to not have this anymore? Do you desire to kick type 2 diabetes in the teeth? If that's what you desire, folks, that's what you desire. You can do that with type 2 diabetes. Because as I mentioned at the beginning of this live, type 2 diabetes is a very, very, and I said I don't want to offend anybody, but I said, hey, listen, type 2 diabetes is a very, very easy condition to get, and it's also a very, very easy condition to get rid of. Easy to get, easy to get rid of. How do you get it? Well, eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, for as long as you want. Eat whatever you want for however long as you want, for as much as you want. And you get type 2 diabetes. But on the other side, if you clean up what you're eating, you eat on a time schedule, things will start to shift for you. Just like it did for me, just like it does for everybody else. But you see a lot of stories. I know you've seen the stories, folks. I know you've seen the stories. I know you've seen the stories about people reversing type 2 diabetes. I know you've seen the stories, or hear the stories about how people took their numbers down and all that stuff naturally. They just did it naturally. They ain't using no, oh, you know how the commercial goes. They're not using anything from the outside. They're just using their straight up lifestyle. And then that's how they're kicking type 2 diabetes in the teeth. You've seen these stories. There's many doctors who've written books about this. Many doctors written books about this. How to prevent and reverse type 2 diabetes. A lot of doctors. Ben Bickman and Jason Fung and all these doctors. So if all these doctors are writing books about this, I personally reverse type 2 diabetes myself. So if doctors are writing books about it, because doctors are the most trusted profession in the world, right? So if doctors are writing books about it, then, yeah. Kelly did it, yeah. And he's coaching other people to do it, yeah. He just gave them a plan. You're like, well, what's the plan, Kelly? What's the plan? You say you can do this, but what's the plan? Here's the thing, folks. You don't need more information. Here's all you need. All you need is a better plan. That's all you need is a better plan. Because here's the thing, when the plan gets clear, I'm telling you, when the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. When the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. But you gotta have a clear plan. If you don't have a clear plan, like this 14-day challenge. 14-day challenge is designed for those people who are scared. 14-day challenge is designed for those people who have prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, PCOS, but they're seriously ready for a serious solution. Seriously ready for a serious solution. So if you're a type 2 diabetic and you've been struggling for many, many years, if that's you, and you've been looking for a serious solution, it's called 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But it's only for serious people, right? 14 days, what are we doing? It's a nutrition blueprint. We're just gonna redesign your plate for 14 days using these red pills over here, the red pill. All these foods over here. We're just gonna eat the food in a very specific way for 14 days. At the end of those 14 days, you're gonna look back and be like, yo, is this my blood sugar or is this somebody else's blood sugar? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna happen. Because it's a proven. Why didn't you like, how do you know it's gonna happen, son? Well, I know that it's gonna happen because it's a proven system. I know that it's gonna happen because over 500 people have done it. And I know that it's gonna happen because no one who's actually done the challenge, no one who's actually done the 14 days. Shout out to you, Drag Man. No one who's done the 14 days has come back to me who's actually done it, right? Who's actually done it. Come back to me and say, listen, man, this didn't work, bro. This didn't work. Out of the 500 people, no, who's actually done it, has come back and said, this doesn't work. Because it's a proven system. You got type 2 diabetes, you got heart disease. Well, I had heart disease. It's the plan you've been looking for. Questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? Because we get ready. How much time we got left on this live? About 10 more minutes left on this live. So if you have not done so, people are asking how do you take the quiz. Someone's asking how do you take the quiz. If you have not taken the quiz, folks, if you're not taking the quiz, if you're not downloaded all the free resources, if you have not looked into joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, do me a favor. Text me the word reset to this number right here. Text me the word reset to this number. I'm going to send you back all of the goodies. I'm going to send you back all of the free resources. I'm going to send you back, what else? Free resources, information about the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I'm going to do it, right? If you're a serious person, Tawanda, you're a serious person. And like I said, I don't know you. You just came on live today, but I know that you're dealing with a serious condition. I know that you're dealing with something serious. If you're talking about amputation, that's very, very serious. So that sounds very, very serious. So if you're a serious person, ready for a serious solution, join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is the right thing to do. It's the thing that you should do. You want to know more about that challenge? Click the word, text me the word reset. I'll see when they come in right now. Like someone just came in. Shout out to the 404. What is that? Georgia? Shout out to the 4. Is that Georgia? I think that's Georgia. Shout out to the 404. Right? Shout out to the 404. What's in the free resources? The quiz. If you haven't taken the quiz, folks, the quiz. That's the quiz. That 2 minutes. It's only gonna take you 2 minutes. That quiz. People don't like to take that quiz. They don't like to take that quiz because it's either going to reveal you or expose you. All right. It's a 2-minute quiz. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle quiz. Find out how you've been managing type 2 diabetes. A lot of people don't like taking that quiz, but it's going to give you some results at the end. It's going to give you a result. If you want to know more about that quiz, all the stuff is linked in my bio. The 404. Yeah, that was me. Shout out to you, Tawanda. The 404. Did you get a text message back? Did you get a text message back? You got a text message back? Let me know. You should have got a text message back. Yeah, okay, cool. Here it is. We're ready to end the live, folks. But when the plan gets clear, I'm going to say it again. When the plan gets clear, the numbers get better. When the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. And that's all you want. All you want is 3 things. Here's the 3 things that you want. Lower blood sugar, more control, real freedom. That's what you want. My name is Kelly, a certified holistic nutritionist. Here's what I do. I help people who are struggling with type 2 diabetes achieve what most think is impossible. I help you achieve what most people think is impossible. Like, there's no way in hell. You ain't do that. You ain't do that in no 14 days. You ain't do that in no 4 months. You ain't do that in no 3 months. Nah, it's impossible to do that. I love it when people come up to me and say, that's impossible. I love that word. It's like my favorite word. I'm like, all right. I'm like a hold my beer type of guy. Like, all right, it's impossible. All right, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Because I know that here's how I know it's not impossible. Because I know that I know that if you answer these three questions, anything's possible. What is it? How does it work? How do you fix it when it breaks? What is it? How does it work? How do you fix it when it breaks? What is type 2 diabetes? Let's answer those questions. What is it? Dietary and lifestyle driven condition. How does it work? Well, it works because insulin is being blocked. The most important hormone in the body is being blocked. Your body's resistant to it. So therefore, you can't get the energy that you need. You can't get the proper energy that you need. So that's what it is. It's an energy disease. So what is it? How does it work? That's how it works. It's an energy disease. And how do you fix it when it breaks? Well, how do you fix it when it breaks? When it comes to type 2 diabetes, is you got to change the input. You got to change the input. It's an input disease. You change the input, you're going to get a different output when it comes to type 2 diabetes. So it's input disease. So what do I mean by that? Switch from the stuff that we've been eating, that most of the time we're eating a bunch of junk. That's the stuff that we've been getting. That's the input. And then you change the input. Get yourself a real plan, like the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's an input change. You change the input, you're going to get a different output. That's why I designed this 14-day challenge. To give you, someone who has pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, to get a different input for 14 days. Different input, I promise you, is going to give you a different output. That's the guarantee. The guarantee of the challenge is this. Here's what I guarantee. I guarantee that if you show up and you do the work and do it again at the next day, at the end of 14 days, I guarantee your blood sugar ain't going to look the same. I guarantee that you're going to think that you jump bodies with somebody. I guarantee You're gonna get yourself all of that blood sugar roller coaster. That's what I guarantee. But you gotta show up, you gotta do the work, you gotta do the answer. Do it again the next day. Here's some questions. All right, unknown. Here we say, what is this? How about okra water? I heard it's good too. Yeah, if you do okra water, fantastic. Okra water is great. Okra water is great. I haven't had it personally, but if it comes from okra, it's going to have to be great. I just said it's real slimy. That's all I know about okra water. I'm not the okra water expert, right? But I heard about it. Yeah, so I think that was your question. Your mental health changed. Yeah, my mental health changed. Everything changes. When you change, everything's going to change. When you make a decision to say, yeah, damn it, I'm going to kick type 2 diabetes in the teeth, yeah, your mental health is going to change. Because you're going to be a different person. To defeat type 2 diabetes, you're going to have to be a different person. So, yeah, your neurons in your brain, they're going to change dramatically. They're going to change dramatically. It all comes with it. Yeah. All right, folks. We're going to get ready to get out of here. But I'm gonna see. We'll probably be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. So do me a favor when I end the live. Do me a favor and click that little bell where it says ding, where it says hey notification. Hit the notification on it, and then I got you. Your skin got better. Yes, it did. Yep. Can I look at the board to see back? Please. So to be so kind. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. There it is. Here's the board. Shout out to the 868. Chat with me on WhatsApp. Okay, great. Here's the board. Screenshot that. I don't know if you can even see it. It's probably too hot. There's a little bit of it. Screenshot. All right, folks. We will catch y'all on another live. Here's what I want y'all to remember. When the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. When the plan gets clear, your numbers get better. Lower blood sugar, more control, real freedom.